Oh boy! Dark Souls 3 might have a remaster coming. Hello everyone! I'm Lost, and I have to say, this is one of my all-time favorite games. And not only that, I owe my YouTube career to Dark Souls 3. Without DS3, I would not be in the position that I am now, so I am very excited. But everybody has to remember, this is currently still just a rumor. A rumor that comes courtesy of Special Nick from the Xbox Era podcast. Now, I did a little research to see if this man was trustworthy, and I have found people online that both decry and praise his accuracy when it comes to leaking this stuff. To me, he seemed reasonable trustworthy. I don't see any reason for him to lie, but whether that extends to whoever gave him this info remains to be seen. Timeline-wise, I do think it makes sense. The original Dark Souls 1 was released in 2011, which does make me feel old. Now, the remaster of Dark Souls 1 was released in 2018, which also makes me feel old. That's not great. But the point here is, there is a 7-year gap between the two games. Dark Souls 3 was released in 2016 and we're now in 2024, so by From Software logic, I think they're perfectly happy to remaster Dark Souls 3. We are also moving into an era of gaming where there's a lot of remasters. Xbox and PlayStation, they would love to pat out their catalog, and Nintendo has the Switch 2 on their horizon, and I would not be surprised if Dark Souls 3 was one of the first games that they showcased on their new console. That's just me guessing, but it makes sense. So, what should we expect? Well, Nick specifically used the word remaster, which is not fantastic, because yeah, we've been here before. The DS1 remaster on PC was not well received by the community. The reason for that was they mostly fixed issues that should not have existed to begin with. Issues that had to be fixed by the community themselves. So if I say DS1 fix, you probably know what I'm talking about. The PC version of the original Dark Souls 1 was just so sloppy. So look, I don't want to get too deep into this aspect of it, but it wasn't exactly great for consumers when they released a very basic remaster on top of a game that should have been functioning already. Sure, DS1 ran smoother and they gave it some visual flourishes in the remaster. And they also added a bonfire and they gave us the option of using multiple soul items at once, but nothing that justified a completely new game. I expect the same for Dark Souls 3. Some visual flourishes, better frame rate, more optimized game, and a few bug fixes. One bug I really hope they fix would be Estus Cancel. This is a glitch that you can do to remove the recovery frames from your healing flask, which is very annoying to me in PvP because I want healing to be a more tactical choice that you need to make. Should you roll away or should you heal in this specific situation? If you do the wrong thing, you die, and I love that part of the game. Healing so quickly just made fights unnecessarily long, in my opinion. So if they fix this, hell, that's worth the price of admission already. But that's just me, and I'm a hardcore Souls fan. I don't know about you, it probably doesn't impact you at all, but for me, it really matters. And speaking of people who already own the game, especially on PC, what happens to us when the remaster comes out? Well, the original Prepare to Die edition of Dark Souls 1 is no longer available on Steam. I have it in my library, I can play it. I don't know why, but I can. Actually, I do know why. There's a bunch of mods that are really cool that you can play using the Prepare to Die edition. But it's no longer available for purchase. And I see that happening to Dark Souls 3 as well. Now, if you did own the Prepare to Die edition, if you bought the new Dark Souls 1 remaster, you did get a discount of 50% when you bought it. is that going to be enough for people? I don't know. I expect a lot of people will kind of be mad at that. I get it. Still, I'm sorry. I might be part of the problem, but I'm going to buy it because I can't wait for the whole mass of people who enjoyed Elden Ring to now try out this new version of Dark Souls 3. I think a lot of people who played Elden Ring are thinking of getting Dark Souls 3, but they just never got to it. And so that influx of new players, well, it's gonna make the game feel new again, if only for a second. And you know what? Please, From Software, please make Wexdust, the mod, an official part of the game. That would be lovely. Thank you for watching, everybody. Love you.